Hello everybody, my name is Bloodbath169 and welcome back to the Forgotten City. We're going to pick up right where we left off. We just completed our time loop one last time. Let's see what's going on here. Get Galerius on his tasks.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and what you're doing with that bow on your back?
I'm Tony, I need you to, or Derek, excuse me, I need you to take care of some things urgently.
Oh, sounds serious. I'm listening.
Yulia's dying.
Yulia?
Rufius has been threatening Virgil, yeah.
Poor Virgil. Poor Rufius too, I guess. Alright, got it.
I need to stop Fabia entering the entering shrine until the new arrival and find what he's looking for in there.
Alright, let me see. Stop Fabia going in, but send the new arrival to the empty shrine. Understood.
Gotcha. Now go as fast as you can.
But once I'm done, I'll need you to...
That's fine. Go. Do it. Alright, first thing we need to do, we need to zip on over here. Let's run down and grab our money real quick, since we just rebooted, essentially. Grab that. I can't move. Yes, I know you can't move. It's a fun part of being who you are. Let's see, go up here. Let's go save Ulpius. Oops, I need my, not that. Freeze that. Very good. Alright. Oh, you froze down there. That's a bad place to go, my dude. How much are we up to, by the way? Oh, 8,000. Yeah, we're good for a while. Haha. Okay, Ulpius. You need to not jump off the cliff this time. Because I'm tired of watching you fly off the edge. Saving. Oh. Hey, our plaque is still there.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia.
That's
Welcome
great.
to
Actually, I need to talk to Ulpius.
All right.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No. No, 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 no. Ulpius, what are you doing? Get...
That's...
What?
Why do you...
Let's
I'm
get
sorry.
this.
Please, help him.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. This is Scintilla would want.
You...
Never believe me if I told you.
Well, you don't...
Maybe I can help solve your problem.
It's too... If I...
Lucretia was able to get some Sylvia in time to save her life. She's gonna be fine. Hello? Oh, save it.
Oh, really? That we're still in debt bondage to that...
Actually, I do.
Really? Wait. So, I guess you want me
there's
to
your
work
face.
for you, then?
No, you'd be free.
You'd... do that for us? A couple of complete strangers?
Of course.
It seems today... we're both... blessed. This did not turn out how I thought. Thank you, friend. I never thought people like you existed.
Here's your money.
Thank you. I'll go and pay off our debts immediately. I just wish there was some way I could repay you. But I have nothing but the tunic on my back.
You can tell me about your relationship with Scintilla.
Ah. And there it is. All right. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
All right. One night a few months ago, when I was cleaning Malleolis's villa, I heard a young woman singing.
Mm-hmm.
It was the most beautiful thing I had ever heard. I wasn't allowed out, so once everyone else was asleep, I climbed up the inside of the villa and onto the roof, just to see where that sound was coming from. And that's when I saw her. Standing in the garden of the magistrate's villa, I just sat there on the roof, listening to her with my chin on my knees. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hopeful. And then she looked up and saw me, and she smiled. I knew at that moment the fates had brought me to her, and from the moment she asked my name with this warmth and curiosity, I knew I'd have done anything for her. And so for weeks on end, each night I'd climb out of the villa and into her father's garden. We'd hold hands and talk about all the things we'd do once we got out of here. Like having our own vineyard. And then one morning I woke up and everyone was out searching for her. They said she'd vanished in the night. All I could do was keep my head down and try to hide how beside myself I was.
That would have been
Scintilla
terrible.
was the one thing that made my life bearable. But with her gone, things unraveled quickly. You saw how bad it got.
Yeah. Is it possible she escaped somehow?
All I know is she loved me. And if she had known a way out, she would have told me.
Okay.
She'd never have taken her own life. And there's no way anybody could have killed her under the golden rule. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive somehow. Even now, it's as if I can hear her voice in my head, crying out to me. That can only mean one thing. Somebody abducted her. I have no idea how, or who would want to do something like that to such a sweet, lovely girl. But what else could have happened?
Any ideas about who might have taken her?
My guess? Malleolus had something to do with it. He is without doubt the most evil man I have ever known. I have no idea where he'd be keeping her, but there is one room in his villa, upstairs, which is always locked.
No,
I've never seen the inside of it, and I haven't been able to steal a key without breaking the golden rule. But I have a feeling that if you could get in there somehow,
Yeah, I already did that.
it would shed light on a great many things.
I already tried that. There's no sign of Scintilla in there.
Oh, I see. That was the only idea I had. I'll give it some more thought. Come and find me a little later. I'll go and take care of things with Malleolus and tell Yulia the good news. Thanks again, friend. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Of course not. Okay, so I can still ask him again here in a little bit. Alright, so next step, let's get Malleolus to drop out of the election. We did get our information about who he really is, so we can use that. Let's grab the money over here. Don't know how many more time loops we're going to have to do, so... The priestess, okay. So we need to go talk to the priestess. That's not too bad. Alright. Priestess. Where's the priestess? There she is.
A new face. Arve.
Can I ask him questions about escaping the underworld?
I beg your pardon?
Livia was right, we're in the underworld.
Oh my. That is quite a lot to take in. You'll have to give me a moment. Let's see. If that is indeed the case, I suppose we'd better figure out what to do about it, hadn't we? We don't have much to go on, except the old story. Hercules.
Yeah,
Hercules,
we can
Sis, and
Skip
so
that. Better get back to it.
May for.
You don't need to say anything. Just rest up, get your strength back,
Welcome.
and we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, LPS. I will.
Ulpius, can I talk to you, my dude?
Shalom.
He might be Jewish. Any more ideas about where Scintilla might be?
I feel like I've looked everywhere. At least everywhere I could get to. There are still two places I've never been able to reach. First, the palace. If Navia managed to get in, then I suppose Scintilla could have too. The only other place she could be is somewhere in the cistern network. I remember hearing that Dooley had been poking around in the upper cistern before he was locked up. So you could ask him about it, I suppose.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. Who are you gonna vote for?
Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to be insane to vote for Malleolus after what he did to me.
Fair enough. Alright. So...
All right, friend.
Alright, so the cistern is still the...
A golden bow, just like a
That's quite an impressive bow.
Yeah, it is. Don't mind me. Malleolus.
Thank
corrected
you.
his name. He's no
Thank you.
longer Malleolus.
I am delighted and deeply honored.
Demeter doesn't usually let anyone in here without a hefty tribute, so you must...
Let's skip through this. I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you in?
Because I know you're Quintius. Your wife gave me your love letter and Nero wants you dead.
So... It finally caught up with me. I suppose that makes you... What? One of Nero's assassins?
No, I'm not, fortunately for you.
So... You're not going to kill me?
Not if you withdraw from the election immediately. And release everyone in debt bondage to you.
Oh, so much work and money. Oh, well, if I do it, you'd let me live?
I will.
Fine. Ruling this cesspit of a city would have been beneath me anyway. I'll have Demeter notify the priestess of my withdrawal and release those two from debt bondage. There.
Sweet.
You got what you wanted. Now, please, leave my villa and never speak to me again.
Absolutely. Okay, so that's how we avoid having to pay the 2,000 every time. Alright, so there's him out of the election, so let's find Galerius. And see if we can't get Galerius elected now. Or set up his election anyway. Where is Galerius on? There he is. He looks busy. I should try talking to him later. Can I not? Why can't I talk to Galerius? He's literally just standing here. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so he's... Oh, there she is.
Thank you for telling me. I'll let everyone know.
Okay. Now you're gonna come up here and yell it out?
Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has withdrawn his candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default. That is all.
Okay, so now can I go get Galerius and get him elected maybe? Galerius, can I talk to you now? Okay, yes, I can.
Salve again, friend. I went and... How is it possible?
I'm reliving the same day over and over again.
You're a...
Remember who that is?
Sisyphus was a Greek. He was forcing him...
Yep.
Oh.
Go on.
Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset, so...
Thanks, Galerius.
Anytime, friend. Now, I'm oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you...
Okay, let me talk to you again, though, because I'm not done talking.
Salve again? No.
What do you think about the election?
I can't see how I could... Even...
Have you ever thought about running for it
I
yourself?
bounced the idea around once, but from what I hear, Malleolus... maybe that's...
Malleolus withdrew from the election.
He did? Oh, that was... I'll let Equitia know I'll be running.
Alright.
All right, friend.
Okay, so now you're gonna run. No? Okay. Okay, so now I need to find all the men. Women can't vote here. She will guide me, yes, that's fine. And this will get us the Greek plaque. Hey, there's Ulpius.
Shalom.
Shalom. Who are you going to vote for?
Sentius, I suppose. I'd have to...
Would you consider voting for Galerius?
Galerius, the farmer? He's a good man, but I think he's more valuable on the farm than as magistrate.
That's rude, but okay.
All right, friend.
Okay. So, let's talk to Rufius here.
Name's Rufius.
I already found that. Who are you going to vote for?
Galerius. Sorted out my rheumatism. For the first time in a long time, I'm not in constant pain. Good man.
Alright.
Fine.
Alright, I'll be going.
See.
Just checking in with you. Let's check in with Georgius.
Welcome to my humble store. Greeting.
I know. Yeah. Who are you going to vote for?
Galerius. Did you know he saved the life of my young friend Fabia? The man is a hero.
Okay, cool.
But of course.
So there's two.
I hope...
Malleus will be able to... Or Malleolus will vote. Sentius will vote. Sentius cannot vote because he's in the race. Virgil... Galerius, I hope.
And I hear we have...
Who are you going to vote for?
Galerius, definitely.
Okay.
Alright. Nice.
So there's three. Malleolus will vote for Galerius because he hates Sentius. How about you? Oh, you're about to yell out to him.
Hey, Virgil! How much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm
Okay.
not making you a bow.
Let's grab the bow from up here while I'm thinking about it.
You know why.
Alright, there's a wooden bow, the bounty notice, and that.
There are
Alright.
no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Yeah, I know the feeling, dude. Dacius.
Hello there,
I took her from the shrine of Diana, only to discover he'd locked me inside with angry hornets. I managed to escape, and after a harrowing ordeal in the palace and traveling back in time, here I am.
Are you well, stranger?
Who are you gonna vote for?
Sentius, I suppose. Stability's always good for business.
I'd like you to vote for Galerius.
Yeah? And what's he gonna do for me? He's nothing.
That's rude. Would a gift change your mind?
Certainly. For a few thousand denarii.
I'll find another way.
Well, that's a shame.
Douche.
Very well.
Okay, so we have Rufius, Virgil. There's three. He's one. Malleus will probably do Sentius. No, actually, he'll probably do Galerius because he doesn't like him. What other men are there? I think that's it as far as the male residents go. Ulpius will do Sentius, so there's... I think he'll scrape... No, he'll vote for Horatius. It'll be a tie.
Keep an eye out for Storyteller, would you? Bow you have there. Just like Diana's.
So you know what? While we're waiting on the results of this election, we can at least know... we'll probably be able to get Ulpius and them on the... Ulpius and Malleolus out using Galerius on our next run through. But in the meantime, that leaves us a lot of time to burn. So... Kabosh has all that Egyptian stuff, and the only other place we haven't explored other than the cistern is down here. So I guess let's go down here. Somebody's been down here recently, so Might as well explore down here. Looks like someone's been through here recently. Yeah. Go ahead and get my bow out. Got enough arrows, that's for damn sure. Tell you what, these people cannot have been paying much attention. Although I guess they've probably been scared of breaking the golden rule by trying to escape, so that might explain why they're all still here, but still. What is this? Crumbling Greek sculpture of a woman, clearly that's been here a long time. Yeah. Here's water down here somewhere. Lyre, a Greek lyre played by being strummed with a plectrum. Yeah. Greek vases, busts, sculptures. A whole bunch of Greek stuff down here. Okay. It's a water source. Somebody's been down here because they got construction. The pathway. Ooh. Who's this guy? Torches. Plaque. What does this plaque say? Greek plaque, which translates to the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. Okay. Who's this guy? This Kabash?
Come and join me by the fire.
Unknown Greek general, his helmet pulled up off his head. Hanging fish. Nutrients in these fish must have helped the old man compensate for the lack of sunlight. Who are you?
Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
I'm Derek.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
I'm looking for a plaque that was or no, you know what? I'm looking for Kabash.
Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I've been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument with somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you.
Okay.
Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the golden rule?
Pluto, god of the underworld.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
Sounds easy enough.
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I'm not sure. It's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the golden rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
It is.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable, because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Whose version of right and wrong?
That is an excellent question, and it leads directly to my next line of inquiry. So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
There's more than one.
How can that be? Since they all have differences, it follows that in some cases they would offer different conclusions about what is right and wrong. If there is a correct moral code, then wouldn't it follow that only one can be the correct one?
The correct moral code depends on the laws and customs of whatever side you believe in, or you're in.
Ah, you know, I think you'd find an ally in Herodotus, a scribe from among my people who lived some 400 years ago. He told the story of a man named Darius, whose curiosity was piqued when he learned that a certain tribe had the practice of eating their dead. He asked some Greeks who burnt their dead, "What would it take for you to eat your dead?" Aghast, they replied, "Nothing." Then he asked the tribe who ate their dead, "What would it take for you to burn your dead?" "Nothing," they replied, equally aghast. From this, Herodotus concluded that custom is king, that right and wrong are merely local ideas which do not survive the journey from one tribe to another. I take it you're in agreement?
Yes.
Then let me ask you this. If you visited a tribe where they ate each other, copulated with the dead and drank wine from cups made out of human skulls, would you still maintain that within such a tribe there is nothing wrong with such conduct?
No, I suppose not.
And that's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized person to change their position when presented with a superior argument.
What's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
I'm not sure about that. What about do not kill?
Surely you would agree there are circumstances where an exception may be made, such as where it is necessary for self-defense or to prevent a greater evil. For any rule, you can imagine there are countless situations in which that rule may be suspended, and those situations are impossible to codify. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
This is true. This is true. I agree.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
What's your story?
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave with nothing but these relics of the past for company? It's a long story.
I'm listening.
I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies, so I could argue more forcefully. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could, and I was good. One night, I found myself in a tavern in an argument with a drunken mercenary. It became heated. He drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I woke up on the banks of the Styx at a campfire opposite Karen. Of course, I tried to persuade her to let me return, but even with all my skill, I failed. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little community faced certain death under the Golden Rule. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I found this place waiting for me. You see, I was not the first to take refuge here. I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time to live out our days hidden from Hades' tyranny.
Hades? You mean Pluto?
They're one and the same. The Romans call him Pluto, but long before that, my people called him Hades.
Why can't you return to the surface?
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold, many years ago. My friends and I were able to avoid the same fate by hiding down here. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, Hades would realize that his furies hadn't finished the job, and he'd send them after me again.
Why can't you tell me your name?
I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you and know I am still alive.
Where is everyone else?
I'm afraid I am the only one left. There were 12 of us in the beginning, but one by one, my friends passed away. Some from malnutrition, others from madness and despair. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected visit from Kabash some weeks ago, I'd not seen another person in many, many years.
Sheesh. How have you survived down here?
Living in darkness is not without its challenges. The first challenge is diet. Fortunately, I found that eating fresh fish provides most of the nutrients I need. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living up above, I surface at night and salvage the offerings they've left in the temple of Demeter. The greater challenge is the isolation, so I like to imagine arguments where I argue both sides. But, like so many things in life, arguments are better with a partner.
True story. Let's talk about something else.
As you wish.
Do you know a way out of here?
Ha! If I did, would I be living like this?
Probably not. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Did we not discuss it at length already? Oh, I see. You're toying with me. Ha!
Do you know where I can find a plaque that was removed from the obelisk?
You seek the plaque bearing the Egyptian inscription?
That's the one.
It is a cursed object, and I would be happy to give it to you if Kabash had not already taken it.
Alright, then tell me where Kabash is.
I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. To prepare for your encounter, there are certain things you must know. Okay. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was once entirely Greek. The architecture, the temples, and the people. Okay. When the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built over, and renamed the things that could not. Thus, the Shrine of Persephone became the Shrine of Proserpina. And when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, they tore it off and replaced it with Pluto instead. And the city's dwindling Greek residents, witnessing this compulsive Roman conquest, decided to preserve what they could of their heritage. They gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the Temple of Demeter, and hid them here, out of reach of the Romans.
I'm with you so far.
However, there was one thing that always seemed out of place to me, and it is the very thing you seek. An even older plaque bearing an Egyptian inscription.
What did it say?
We had no idea until years later, when the first of my friends began to die. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from this cavern to lay them to rest. We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another, an even older tunnel, which somebody had gone to great lengths to keep hidden. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out-of-place Egyptian plaque among our people's possessions. You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts for stealing and corrupting our heritage. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer than any of us imagined. I think it is best you head through the catacombs and follow Kabash's trail.
What's in there?
There are certain things you must see for yourself. Take this key. You'll need it to open the gate.
Thanks. I'll be going now.
I enjoyed our chat, but please, keep my presence here a secret, yes?
Alright, I will. Okay. Bathtub. A large tub which has been converted into a rather eccentric bed. Okay. So through here, huh? friend of the philosopher. One of the philosopher's 11 friends who he outlived. Let's actually get my bow out, because I have no idea where this is gonna, or one of these things might pop up, or if there's something new down here, or what. More friends. Can't imagine being down here with the smell. One thing I will say for catacombs, I think half the point was to... Whoa. What the deuce? There's another cistern down here. You gonna highlight anything for me? Go ahead and ready a bow, an arrow here. There is another. That's what I thought. Is that a... Let's see if I can make sure that that is a peeled statue of some kind. Come on, Hoss. Yeah, that's a golden statue. A little bit more brutal than the other ones. He looks like he might have been mummified. Huh. Whoa. Egyptian ruins. An Egyptian clay vase decorated with animals and geometric patterns. There's nothing of value inside. Vase of arrows. More golden statues down here. Egyptian board game called Senate, the rules for which are long forgotten. There's golden statues down here too. Clearly Egyptian, what is it doing it? Good question. The heck is an Egyptian? Anything Egyptian doing down here? Whoa. Okay. Another person lamenting. This goes down. What the hell is all this? Ooh. What? There's a city under the city? I heard that. I see you. And boom. These guys seem a little bit less human-ish than the other ones. Of course, if they were peeled too, these guys don't look peeled though. They look mummified rather than peeled. I see you in there. Let's go ahead and knock you down so I can tell who's who. Well, that used to be female. Definitely not alive now. Push you down. Nope. Oh yeah. No way you're not mummified. mummified, dude. Oh, he's down. Yeah, you guys need to stop looking at me for a minute here, dude. Yeah, they're mummified. So, how did these guys end up gold statues if they were mummified? How does that work? That doesn't seem quite right. Egyptian tools, bronze bladed woodworking tools. Keep the bow or a arrow ready here. There's more arrows. A whole frickin' bunch of Egyptians down here. There's a whole other city down here. That's Anubis. Egyptian plaque, which translates to the many shall suffer for the sin. This is another city below the city. That's crazy. So, the Romans came and conquered or took over the Greek stuff like they normally do. But the Greeks basically looked like the Greeks basically did the same thing. Which, of course, that's what conquerors do, but this is just creepy. Anubis. Right? Yeah. Statue of the man with the head of a jackal. That's Anubis. Statue of Aker, an ancient Egyptian deity said to guard against evil spirits and welcome the dead to the underworld. Yeah. The ones up top have been there a long time. Yeah, it's the same kind of deal. Running away. Everyone's running this way. There's just sand. All this is buried underneath. That dude does not appear to be a statue. Is that Kabosh?
Stop! Do not come any closer. Who are you?
I'm Derek. Who are you?
I am Kabosh. And let me guess. Another Greek or Roman come to loot and plunder the resting place of my ancestors,
I'm just looking for an Egyptian plaque.
To what end?
I want to return it to the obelisk.
That is welcome news. You really are not Greek or Roman, are you? I was planning to return it myself, but for now, I must remain. Here, take it, and restore the honor of Osiris.
A plaque bearing hieroglyphic inscription, Osiris, Lord of Silence. That was a little too easy.
Now, as for the other plaque.
The fourth plaque, you know about that? Do you know where I can find it?
Indeed, I have it right here. I stumbled across a collection of dusty curiosities while searching for a place to hide from the hungry children of Amit, and there it was.
May I have it?
You may not. In fact, I am about to destroy it.
Why?
Because it speaks a treacherous, blasphemous lie.
How so?
I will tell you, but first, do you know what this place is?
The Duat?
Indeed, and I see you know our history. This is the Duat. See what has become of it. I have been down here for weeks, piecing together its story, and here is what I have learned. As Egypt declined and the Greeks had their turn to flourish, Their souls came here in great numbers, but instead of adopting our ways, they copied and corrupted them. When they found the obelisk bearing the name Osiris, the true god of the underworld, they desecrated it, removing his name and replacing it with Hades. Even the ferryman of the dead, known to my people long before as Kerti, they renamed to Keron. As if that desecration was not enough, they built over this place, using it as the foundation for their own underworld, so that ours was forgotten. My only solace is that the Greeks then suffered the same fate when the Romans rose to power, renaming Hades to Pluto, and the cycle began anew.
Indeed. I can see why you'd be unhappy with the Greeks and Romans.
I am glad to hear it, which brings me to this other, fourth plaque. It is inscribed with a script I do not recognize, but it is ancient, almost as if it is older than the plaque bearing Osiris's name. But if that is so, it would imply the gods of Egypt are mere imitations too, copied and corrupted from an ancient people who prospered even before us, and that my people did to them what the Greeks and Romans did to us. But this I cannot accept. I sense a deception. Perhaps it is the work of Set, the usurper, seeking to undermine Osiris once more.
What does the inscription say?
You will never know. This work of sacrilege must be destroyed, thrown into the black abyss below in Osiris's name.
Please don't.
You are too late. It is done.
Well, I wish you hadn't done that.
It could not have gone any other way. It was Osiris's will. Now, the thing of evil you sought is gone. Why are you still here?
What's your story?
I am from Rakotis, which you may know as Alexandria, the name of the city the Greeks built over it. I was a fisherman, like my father before me. Since the Romans had taken over from the Greeks, I took the opportunity to learn Latin and eventually traveled to Rome. When the fires broke out last year, I tried to help. I gathered terrified locals into my boat and led many of them to safety farther along the Tiber. On my 7th trip, a passenger demanded I wait for his brother. But we were full to almost sinking, and smoke was all around us. I told him his brother would have to save himself, and he tried to bribe me by placing a coin into my hand. When I refused, he drew a dagger and thrust it between my ribs.
Ouch.
I awoke on the banks of the river to a stranger wearing a ram headdress. He said his name was Kerti, and at the time I simply thought him odd.
Makes sense.
It did not dawn on me until much later that he was the Kerti, the ram-headed ferryman described in the Book of the Dead.
Do you know a way out of here?
This is where I belong, as caretaker of the memories of my people. If our ways are to be remembered, it falls to me.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think if someone is to break the Golden Rule, it will not be me, for I try to live as I always have by the command of the goddess Ma'at. Do to the doer to make him do. As for the punishment that will come from it, I finally understand why it has long been said among my people that gold is the skin of the gods.
Yeah, that would kind of make a difference. What do you think is down there?
I do not know. What could possibly lie beneath the underworld? Perhaps it is infinite darkness. Perhaps it is the lair of Amit, the devourer of souls. All I know is it would be unwise to venture down there.
Perhaps.
Most unwise.
I'll be going now.
Good. Be gone from this place. Wait. You are planning to go down there. I see it in your eyes.
Definitely.
You would plunge into the depths of the Duat with no way back up. Madness.
I'll find a way back up.
We shall see.
Indeed we shall. Well, this beginning looks kind of familiar, don't it? Sumerian, a black bearing a cuneiform inscription, Nergal the Fierce One. Nergal. Sumerian, I was right. Yep. And I can only imagine how twisted the things down here are going to be. Curious statue, ancient Mesopotamian statue of a creature with the head of a man, the body of a bull, and wings. It's positioned as though it's guarding the entrance. Okay. Bird-headed statue. Ancient Sumerian statue of a man with the head of a bird. Perhaps this is Kamut Tabal, the man with a bird headdress who Rufius saw when he awoke by the river. Rufius is Sumerian. Okay. Bird-headed statues. Everybody running up here. It is really deathly quiet down here. I'm trying to fight them, looks like. What's all this? Barricades. An eroded set of barricades. Looks like these Sumerians are trying to defend themselves from something. It's not exactly a mystery, guys. Not at this point. Something out this way. It is really deathly quiet in here. What's this? Ancient stone tablet. Stranger, heed the final words of Namkazu. Bear witness to our aftermath and lament us. We did our best to live as the gods commanded. We planted and harvested together. We shared bread and beer. We welcomed newcomers with open arms as a family. But with each newcomer, the bonds of our family strained, and soon we were as strangers to each other. And when those bonds were finally broken, my brothers and sisters planted only for themselves and ate and drank alone. And it was there in the empty space between us that sin took root. Nergal's sentinels have awoken and clamor at our barricades. Learn from our myths. Well, that's not good. What is this? A little briefcase looking thing. I don't hear anything. They just turned to gold. Spikes. So this might be a trap. Corroded brass plate with Sumerian markings on it. Appears to be a pressure plate for some kind of trap. Yep, it is. Okay. So I gotta keep my eyes open for traps. Delightful. Broke the door down. God, I'm never gonna get used to that sound of them turning their heads to look at me. Keep an eye out for another pressure plate. There's a door right there. Strange object. Strange stone objects in the shape of a suitcase. We'll probably never know what this was for. True story. Another barricade behind a locked door. Okay. I've not seen a single live statue down here. A whole bunch of golden statues that have been buried, by and large. But I don't really see much of anything. Yeah, this is just a dead end. Okay. Oh, there's stairs. That's something. And there's a trap right here at the bottom of them. Not very well hidden. Oh.
When I told you that you would not find a way back up, that was not a prediction. That was a promise.
That's rude.
You will die here.
There's no need for this to end in violence.
I disagree. I warned you against coming down here, against perpetuating this sacrilege, but you persisted. You have undermined and dishonored the true god of the underworld. How did you think this would end, if not with bloodshed?
Just hear me out.
Very well, I will listen. But if I sense deception, or if you further insult my gods, I will carry out my threat. So tell me, why should I let you live after you salvaged this instrument of blasphemy?
Let's see. Just trying to replace all the plaques? No. There's no shame building on the works of people who came before you? No. If something can be destroyed by the truth, it deserves to be destroyed by the truth.
Then you admit it. You wish to destroy the sacred beliefs of my people. I will not allow this. Many of my ancestors endured great hardship to live good lives so that we may descend to the Duat in death and be judged accordingly. We prepare to have our hearts weighed on Anubis' scales and to swear ourselves innocent of sin before the 42 assessors of Ma'at. And yet, I arrive here to find the Book of the Dead contained only a seed of truth. And now I ask myself, did our priests steal and embellish the stories of an older people and feed us lies all our lives simply to trick us into obedience?
Isn't being a good person a worthwhile pursuit in and of itself?
I am not sure I follow. Speak plainly.
Even if your beliefs about the afterlife weren't quite accurate, isn't the important thing they motivated you to live good lives?
Perhaps there is some truth in that. What is your point?
Are you going to abandon a lifetime of good character now that it matters most just because you found out you were misled?
You are persuasive. Very well. I will let you live, and you may do what you will with that plaque. I will remain here for a while and attempt to learn what I can about the foundations of my people's beliefs. Go.
Alright, well, that was easy. I'm not going to step on that. Okay. That leads nowhere. To think that this used to be a much bigger place. Anything else I can say to you?
You again. What is it now?
Nothing, I guess.
Of course. As the Romans say, may fortune smile on you.
Yeah. Alright, Kabosh. Nice knowing you, man. We'll just come out through this way, I guess. That's cool. Oh, we come out this door. Roman cistern, or an Egyptian cistern. Or sewer. Take your pick. Alright, so that's a hell of an earth-shaking thing. So this is 4 underworlds, or 3 underworlds rather, built on top of each other. The Sumerian, or the Egyptian built on the Sumerian,
You carry the
Greek
gift
built on
of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable.
Anything else to say, dude?
Good to see you again, friend. Did you find what you need?
Nope, you don't have anything else to
I
say.
enjoyed our chat.
Alright, I will. Alright, let's get out of here. You got a liar, that's cool. Well, holy crap. Okay, so we have Sumerian, Greek, Roman, and Egyptian, all built on top of one another. When they're basically saying that each succeeding civilization adopted and then corrupted the one before theirs. They took their beliefs and made them their own. which is pretty accurate for what conquered civilizations usually did in the ancient world. But holy crap. That was a lot more complex than we thought. A lot more complex. I still don't know how to get, what's his name? D-dude. Demeter, no. The one guy, I can't remember his name. Galerius. I don't know. Ooh, what was that? Broken crockery. Looking, someone broke these on their way past. Yeah. Okay. Looks to be getting closer to nightfall. Yeah, we're working on it, lady. Okay. I guess I haven't spoken with Fabia here.
Salve and welcome. Need something?
What's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. I mostly just bake bread and try to help out where I can.
How'd you end up here?
I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome with my family when I got sick. Terrible timing. My pa had just arranged a husband for me, a fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful fever. I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white rooster, then a goat. But nothing worked. In the end, they decided I'd do better outside the city. Clean air in the countryside would do me good, they said. But after about a day in a carriage on the Appian Way, I was getting worse, not better. I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I was in a forest by a river. I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to catch what I had either. Anyway, I went searching for help, stumbled across the trapdoor temple, and here I am.
Sheesh. Sorry to hear that.
It's nice of you to say, but you should save your sympathy. Lots of people here need it more than I do.
Do you know a way out of here?
What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to get out already? Why not give the place a chance before you try to leave? Good people here. Galerius works hard on the farm so I can put food on our tables, and Lucretia tries to keep us healthy. My friend Georgius is always mending our clothes, and Virgil makes sure these old walls don't fall down around us.
Except for that
Well,
shrine.
he does his best. I'm just saying, there are worse places you could live out your days.
I don't belong here.
Well, I can tell from your funny accent you're not from around here, but that doesn't mean you don't belong, does it?
What do you think about the golden rule?
Oh, I try not to worry about it. I mean, if people are nice to each other, we won't have anything to worry about, will we?
I like your optimism. But have you met people?
You're funny. I bet my friend Georgius will like you. And those interesting clothes of yours. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the golden rule with you too. He'll be just across the forum in his shop.
Nice diversion.
All right. Thanks again for taking care of our problem. I won't forget it.
Okay. Well, that means that the only place... I think it's actually going to wind up being a tie with Ulpius voting for Cynthius. I guess we'll find out. It's the only thing I have left that I can really do. I guess I can find the priestess and talk with her. But the only thing I really have left that I can explore is that thing down there. Where's she at? That's interesting.
Fortune smile on you, brother.
Hi, Galerius.
Salve again? Oh, and I'm in the running for magistrate. Feeling... No.
Okay.
All right,
Where is the priestess? Can't be... I guess I didn't look upstairs. I didn't look in her upstairs area. That's the front door. She's not outside. You got a head check somewhere here? No, I don't see her here. So where the heck is she? There's Horatius. Where the heck is the priest? Priestess. Is she down here maybe? Priestess. I didn't see her. Well, there's Ulpius. Nice to see he's walking around. Where the heck is this lady? Where's she at? And why'd she disappear to there? You know, she's standing right here and I just don't see her. I know, lady. I'm trying to work on it, but... hell if I know. Well, she's not up here. Got two of the other plaques. Is that her?
Salve.
No, that's Julius, or Julia. Just kind of wandering around. I mean, the cistern is the only other place I can really go explore. Unless there's something else with the priestess, but... I mean, I guess I can go ahead and put these other two plaques in. We got the missing one. Oh, no, I can't insert that plaque. Yeah, and insert that plaque. Yeah, alright. Well, there, she's not here. I guess I'll just keep running around looking for her, because I don't know where the heck else she could be. Only ever found her in her villa or in her thing there, so hell if I know where she is. Stop looking at me. We don't know each other like that. Alright. It is getting on towards evening time. I guess she could be down at the tavern. I don't think I've ever seen her down there, but that doesn't mean anything, per se. You come up here to the shrine? Or leave for Proserpina? Yeah. Roman gods, yeah. Yeah, everybody's going to here, but where is the damn priestess? You're still here.
The 49 melodies fetch again with incessant labor.
Nah, she's still repeating the same crap. Hilarious.
That light!
Did you steal it from the gods? Yeah, I did, and then I beat your gods to insensateness too. Knocked out their teeth, and I abducted their women. There she is. Equitia.
Ave again.
Status of the election?
It must be completed by dusk. Just the same. It'll be between Sentius. Why do you...
Can we start the election now?
As I said, I'm planning to hold it...
Holding it early may prevent conflict between the voters.
Yes. I have overheard some rather unpleasant arguments. The last thing we need here is additional conflict. Very well. I'll get things started right away. Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
It's time! The election's on!
Okay, so everybody was still at their shops, which is fine. I'm working on it. Nope, nope. And we'll get the money up here. That's just crazy. Oof, almost killed myself with that. I guess we'll see what everybody votes, but... Interesting that Sentius is in an old Roman cavalry outfit. We haven't really spoken with him for quite a while, but... Who knows, maybe there's something new. Let's see how this turns out. I don't think we'll have enough votes, but...
Citizens, we have a quorate body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus and late nominee Gallus Galerius Helva. Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius. He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Dacius.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius.
The man who treated my rheumatism. Galerius.
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Okay. So now he should go and... is he gonna go and free... What's his name? Yep, first thing he's doing, he's going to free Doomy.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
I'm sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius. I'm so happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Okay, cool.
Hello? I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius said I should thank the newcomer. Are you the newcomer?
We've met before, Dooley.
Oh, sorry. I don't remember things so good. But, thank you. You're a big helper. I was locked up, but they let me out again. I'm so happy.
You're welcome.
You can have my shiny plaque if you want, and maybe you can help me find my treasure. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, and he said he always would. But then he died. But before that, he told me if anything ever happened to him...
You've heard this before. What was it?
He gave me a key to the cisterns. and told me to keep it.
Yeah.
Please help me find it.
Alright, I'll help you.
Oh, thank you. Here's the key.
Oh, cool. Upper cistern is below the great temple. The entry must be around there somewhere. Okay, cool.
I hope you find it. In the cisterns. Way up high, Hannibal said.
Yeah.
Oh, look over there. Something shining. Is it treasure? Maybe it is treasure. I could see it from my
Oh
soul.
boy.
So
Hades, Lord of Many.
And it's just lying out here in the open. Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will mind if I just take it.
Boy. As soon as he gets out, is he about to violate it? I'm already starting to walk towards it because I have a feeling. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. So, what now? I see something up there on top of that island thing. Whoa, where are you going, dude? Okay. Where are you going, dude? Ulpius, dude. Where the heck are you going?
His brightness was like the light. Rays flashed from his hand, and there he veiled his power.
I don't want to take all of these up here just yet. Ulpius, dude, what are you doing?
Shalom.
Whoa.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
I bet that was Dooley. Ow, I got hit by something already. Ow, there's two. Cynthius, my dude. This is your frickin' cue. Come on. Alright, yep, come on. Thank you. Let's go. Okay, so I have all 4 plaques, but I want to explore that cistern, and I want to make sure we resolve all their things, because the plaques are supposed to give us the ability to go challenge Hades or Pluto or these guys, the god of the dead, basically. It's supposed to give us that right to go challenge him directly, so yeah. Alright, Galerius.
Salve, friend. Mind telling me who you are and why you look like you've just taken on a gladiator and lost?
Got some things I need to take care of.
Sounds serious. I'm listening.
Julia's dying.
Julia.
Rufus is threatening. Stop Fabia. Tell Malleolus you know his real name is Quintus, thanks to Claudia, and that Nero sends his regards, and tell him to withdraw from the election and release his dead bondsman.
What? Are you...
That's it. Now go as fast as you
go.
can. Okay. So I'm going to save. Because in between episodes I did look up. There is a way. Obviously Galerius has feelings for, what's her name? Ow. He has feelings for her, and he wants to get that flower right there. It's a kind of almost like a hidden achievement, I think. But see, a pretty flower, and I don't know where to get it where to pick up the quest. I mean, you're supposedly able to get it from talking to Galerius, but
You,
I don't
Sisyphus,
think that we've ever
attack
seen.
or pursue the stone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I gotta hit it right as I get there. Oh, I mean, I gotta get right on it. Not quite right when, but right after. Okay. Nailed it. Pretty flower. I got a pretty flower. Galerius. Hilarious. Come and get your pretty frickin' flower. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You're around here somewhere. Hilarious! Hilarious! That's just the frickin' way it is today. Hilarious. Hilarious. Is Fabia back? Yeah, she's back. So, what's going on? Is he over here? Yep, he is.
Are you out of your mind, farm boy?
Demeter, that's enough.
What? You're not going to listen to this dolt, are you?
Galerius, all right, I'll withdraw, and Ulpius and Julia are free. I trust our business is concluded?
Yes, that ought to do it. I guess I'll go and tell Ulpius the good news then.
Oh, Galerius, I'm not done with you. He looks busy. Okay, well, we're going to follow Galerius because I need him next. I want to figure out how to get him to...
Citizen.
I need your help. Yes, I know you need my help, but we're working on it.
Good news, Ulpius. Malleolus has agreed to release you and Julia from your debts.
What? Are you messing with me?
I wouldn't do that. You're both free.
We're free. We're free. Thank you. It seems fortune smiles on us after all. I'd better go and pay a visit to Julia immediately.
Galerius, I'm not done with you. He's still busy?
Citizen.
Sheesh. Who else are you talking to? Now are you done? No, you're not done. Galerius.
Julia. I'm so glad you didn't go through with it.
It wasn't a lack of trying. And now Malleolus is going to... Wait. Why do you look so happy?
Raisins.
We're free. Malleolus
He's got
just
some
released us and we never
humdinger
have to set foot
hearing, I
in
tell you what.
again.
What? How?
Galerius arranged it somehow.
Really? That's... incredible. Oh, what a relief. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
Galerius.
Just rest up, get your strength back. And we'll celebrate properly when you're ready.
I will. Thank you, Ulpius. I will.
Okay, now can I talk to Galerius? Dude. Come on. Okay, she's up and moving around. Why can't I talk to Galerius?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
I never do. He was there, dude. Galerius. Well, I'm gonna flop my arms in your face until you let me talk to you. Galerius. Galerius. Just another frickin' bald dude. Hilarious. Galerius. Malleolus doesn't know what to do. No? Oh, you're waiting for her. I see.
Citizens, I have an announcement. Malleolus has
He's a tiny
withdrawn
little
his
thing.
candidacy from today's election. Unless any new challengers are nominated by nightfall, Sentius will be re-elected magistrate by default.
Actually, I'd like to nominate myself, if that's all right.
Of course, Galerius, that's your right. Citizens, the election will proceed.
Now can I talk to Galerius?
Salve again. How is it?
I'm living the same day over and over.
Your sister.
Yeah. 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 At least there's that.
Anyway, I don't know which. So, I
have a feeling you'll do great.
Oh, that's now. I'm going to keep your secret. Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy...
Galerius, I'm not trying to...
I saw you And strange, too, since that device you used is exactly the same as one I've been working on for weeks.
Huh.
Oh, of course! It's because I already gave it to you in a previous time loop, isn't it? Anyway, I'm sorry to ask, but is there any chance you'd be willing to do me a favor?
What do you need?
Well, I've been trying to get this rare flower from the rock spire in the middle of the lake. It's too steep to climb, so I hung a rope over the lake and made this pulley device, only I, couldn't quite summon the nerve to use it. Do you think you could use the device again and try to get that flower for me?
Sure, why not?
Oh, thank you. It would help me a lot. There's no rush, just whenever you get a chance.
I'll get right on it.
All right. See you around.
Okay, Galerius, come here.
Salve. Now.
What's on your mind? I have that flower you wanted.
Brilliant! You did it! Well done! This is going to make her so happy. Equitia, I mean. Now I just have to figure out how to give it to her. What I really want to do is walk up to her, give her the flower, and confess I've been madly in love with her since the moment we met. But on the other hand, I can't shake the feeling that the consequences could be... terrible.
What's the worst that could happen?
You mean, aside from her execution? You see, Equitia is a Vestal priestess, meaning she's taken a vow of chastity, the breaking of which would be an extremely serious affront to the gods and a capital offense. Even if she was just suspected of being unchaste, it could lead to her execution. Unchaste Vestals get buried alive. Oh, and I'd get flogged to death for good measure. But at the same time, she's just so kind and graceful, and I feel so much love for her that if I don't tell her, it'll burn a hole in my chest. I don't know what to do. What do you think? What would you do?
I think you should tell her how you feel. Consequences be damned.
Now that I hear you say that out loud, I hear how crazy it is. I think maybe I need to be a bit more cautious.
Sure.
What I need is a go-between. Someone who can tell her how I feel and find out how she feels without risking her life. What do you say? Do you think you could help me one more time?
Sure. Why not?
Wonderful! Now, all I need you to do is give her the flower and tell her it's from a secret admirer. Tell her I'll keep my distance and that I just want her to know that she's loved.
That's sweet. I'll do it.
Thank you. Come back as quick as you can and tell me what she says.
If she's still standing... Oh my god, that's funny. Equitia!
A new face.
Someone wanted me to give you this flower.
Oh, how
Don't
lovely.
believe a
It
word
just
they
happens
tell
to be
you.
my favorite, too. Who do I have to thank for this?
I'm supposed to tell you that it's from your secret admirer and that they'll keep their distance. They just want you to know you're loved.
I see. So, it's from Galerius, then?
You know already.
Of course I do. I think everyone in the city knows. That man is a wonderful human being, and my favorite person in the world. But he is the least subtle secret admirer you could imagine. The way he looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. Suspending that rope above the lake, inventing that pulley device, all on his own. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, trying to summon the courage to seize it. Oh, my heart.
So what should I tell him?
Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So if we ever make it out of here, and he doesn't mind waiting a few years, then tell him I love him too.
I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that.
I hope so.
Alright.
See you again soon, I hope.
Galerius! There he is. Galerius! 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 You bald, interesting person, you. I have got news for you, my dude.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Salve again, my Sisyphean friend. Now.
I delivered that flower to Equitia for you.
Thanks. What did she say?
She knew it was from you. She asked me to tell you that once she turns 36, she's allowed to marry and that she loves you too.
Venus, that is the best news I've ever heard in my life. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you've made me. I wish there was something I could do to thank you properly, but I don't have much to offer you. All I can do is tell you where there's a secret stash of coins you might be interested in.
I'm listening.
In the rock tunnel, near the stairs, there's a little doorway set into the rock. Inside, if you look carefully, you can see a chest. Unfortunately, one of those golden huntress statues is blocking the path, and I'm not game to move it. If you can figure out how to get past it, I reckon there might be a small fortune waiting for you. I hope that helps in some way.
It does. I already found that out.
All right, friend. Hope you find a way.
Alright. I feel good about that. Now, would you have any other? Let's see. Herculean task, point of origin. Okay. Golden rule. Okay. Oh, wait. Vanishing act, water under the bridge, heart of gold. Okay, that's all related to the cistern.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Well, we could go in the upper cistern, but I think we're going to start in the lower cistern just because I already know the entrance to that one. So.
Thea is proof of it.
Mostly because you're a nut job.
Hey, how come you're allowed a weapon and I'm not?
I know about your creature, don't worry about me.
Well, it's your funeral.
You're dang right it's my funeral. It's okay though, I'm well dressed for it. Hacha! Alright, here we go. There is a monster down here, and I have a suspicion I know what that monster is. Let's see here. That's what I thought. Healed statue. Got you stuck in the floor now. Way to go, nut job. Okay, what do we got here? Ooh. A lunar pendant. There's a satin inscription on the back which reads, Sin Dia Def. Coin pouch. Alright, well, we're gonna finish exploring in here before we go looking for anything else. Oh, some arrows and some coins. Hey, that's cool. An emaciated human-like creature spattered in gold. It appears to have been crushed to death while entering the cistern from the cave beyond. That's the backside. We saw that one already. Lion. That goes up, but I don't see any way for me to go up it. Let's see here. And portal of arrows. Boing. Jimmy. Narrow. This is irritating. Okay. How about this? Ah, got it. Alright. Oops. That was fine until I fell off. Don't mind me. I haven't showered in like 4 days, but that's okay. You don't mind me swimming in your water supply for that reason, right? That would be disgustingly racist of you. Okay, what else do we got here? Oh, this must be where the water flows into the upper cistern. So, if I turn all these to gold, I should be able to climb up. Oh, saving again, so there's something up here that I'm supposed to be cautious about, maybe. Can I fill up? Okay. What now? That. Oh. That worked better than I thought it would. Okay. Whoa. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now we're in the upper cistern. Oh no. Huntress. She weeps where the water flows. This suddenly makes a lot of sense. This must be Scintilla. Who are you?
You. Who are you? Did he send you?
I'm Derek. Nobody sent me.
Do you know you're here? You have to help me escape before that monster comes back.
What's going on here?
I'm Scintilla. I found a way out through the Gate of Horn, but it's locked. So I told him about it, and instead of helping me escape, he locked me up. He wants to keep us all here forever, or until we're turned to gold. He's a monster. You have to let me go so we can kill him and take his key.
Who did this to you?
Sentius, my adoptive father. Furies help me. I'll castrate and crucify him.
How hasn't this broken the golden rule?
I don't know. He said the gods are on his side because they don't want us to escape either.
Where is the way out?
Behind me. There's an aqueduct tunnel bringing water from outside the city, so it should lead us outside. The only problem is it's barred by a heavy locked gate, and he has the only key.
What will you do if I release you?
I'm going to take that key from around his neck, even if it means cutting his throat to get it. I'm done caring about the golden rule. I just want out. Help me, and we can escape together.
Yeah, but that leaves everybody else. What about the others?
There won't be enough time. Just you and me. What do you say?
I'm sorry, but if I let you go, everyone else... Everyone else is gonna die.
What?
I can't.
No! You can't just leave me here! How can you be so heartless?
It's too dangerous. Let me see if I can persuade Sentius to let us go.
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you, he's a monster. Please.
I can be fairly persuasive.
You're making a mistake.
So it's Sentius that kidnapped his own daughter. Wow. Just wow. Okay. What's this? This is the tunnel that she was talking about. Where does this come out? Okay. So we'll confront Sentius if it goes the way I suspect it will. Then I will... Come on, let me out. Where the heck am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, this guy's a piece of work. Okay, so what we'll do... Hi, Octavia. We'll zip on down here. And we will confront Cynthius. I suspect I know how this is going to go. But we'll see if I can persuade him to let everybody else go. Because if he has it locked, he knows. There's no way he doesn't know. So... It's interesting because that kind of implies that he's intentionally keeping people here, knowing they could leave. Or because maybe he's just afraid of people breaking the golden rule, but even so.
So you survived the system.
I hope you have a good reason for flouting my weapons ban.
Oh, I do.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know.
Derek, we've had this conversation before.
We have? Wait, if I understand correctly, someone is about to break the golden rule, forcing me to create a portal in time to bring you here? I must have entrusted you with figuring out who the culprit is. Only, I assume we failed, and you had to start over. Is that about right? If so, what happened?
I couldn't stop it from being broken.
Ah, I see. Look, it's unfortunate, but all that matters now is that you make use of what you've learned and gathered and do better next time. Now, I assume you sought me out again for a reason?
Yeah. I know what you did to Scintilla.
Me? What are you talking about?
You're keeping her tied up in the cistern.
You know, you remind me of him.
Him? Who?
Al Worth. The fellow who came through the portal before you.
You remember him?
Come now. Surely you didn't think you were the only one here who remembered everything. You see, my connection to the portal somehow preserves my memories from one loop to the next. Whether that was Proserpina's intention or a happy accident, I'll never know. But I'm surprised you hadn't noticed. Here I was thinking you were a little bit sharper than Al was. Or perhaps you're just more willing to break the rules. He was a moralistic fellow, never once compromised on his principles. And because of that fatal flaw, he relived this day many thousands of times before we finally had this conversation. I watched him come through the portal each time, always a little older, a little more disheveled, a little more haunted. And when he finally saw the futility of it all, as you're about to, it broke him. He drank a jug of wine, tied a noose around his neck, and took his own life, just before he was shot with a golden arrow. The next time I awoke, you showed up, but you've caught up to where he was so quickly. I mean, you've lived through the day, what, 5 times?
Mm-hmm.
Extremely impressive. And yet everything you've done has been in vain, because there's no escape. Except the path that Al took, the path he wrote about on his tablet. What was it? Ah, yes. Best to take your own life now. So, you discovered my secret.
Dude.
So what? What are you going to do about it?
You knew there was a way out and even locked up your own daughter to keep it a secret. Why?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because I have grown attached to all this. My title, my beautiful villa, the sun on my face, the music of birds chirping. And as long as this day keeps repeating itself, I get to enjoy it all, over and over again, for eternity. Don't you see? I have found a way to prolong my life indefinitely, to cheat death. I have become, in effect, as immortal as the gods. Can you honestly say you would not wish the same for yourself?
Hand over the key to the exit.
And why would I agree to that?
If you don't hand it over, you might have an uprising on your hand.
You might want to think that through. If anyone so much as touches me, everyone dies.
What's to stop me from taking it by force?
The only way you're getting this key is over my dead body. And if I die, I won't be able to open the portal for you again, meaning you'll have created a paradox. You see, it was my actions that brought you to this point in time, so if you kill me, you'll stop me from doing so, and you being here will be an impossibility. That means if I die, you'll be flung back to your original time, having caused the deaths of everyone here, and you'll never be able to undo it. Is that what you want?
It's the right thing to do.
Oh, you and your pathetic morality. Nobody cares about your opinions or what happens, where you're from. Least of all, me. Understand that, to me, you've never been anything more than a useful idiot, and you're no longer useful.
This isn't over.
I certainly hope not. In fact, I want it to go on and on forever, until you wither and die like Al did, and the gods send yet another useful idiot to extend my life for me.
I'll find a way to break the cycle, and you with it.
What are you going to do? Beg the gods for help? They don't care about you, and neither do I. Now, get out of my villa. I'm bored with you.
You frickin' prick. Okay. That's why. So he's known about it the whole time. Crap. Okay, what else do we have? Herculean task or point of origin? That's it. A Herculean task. All I can do now is return all 4 plaques to the obelisk. This dude. I will save before I do so, but I do think we're going to get up here. I will pick up right immediately, but we're going to probably call it for today's episode, because this has been a long one. Not as long as the series on this game as I thought there would be, but that's okay. I'm not complaining. But we'll come up here, and I'll call it for today's episode, so.
Salve.
Oh, Julia startled the crap out of me. Tried to help you, that's fine. Okay. So we got a couple of things we need to think about here. We have options. I can replace this last plaque, and by doing so it'll open the temple and I can go challenge the god of the dead to end the golden rule and everything that involves. Or, alternatively, I guess I could reverse, redo the time loop, come back and maybe have Galerius gather everyone in the cistern, ready to be released, and then we all, as soon as we try to leave, it breaks the golden rule, statues come to life, but we've already escaped, leaving Cynthius here to be turned into a statue. But that leaves everybody who's ever been trapped here, trapped. And that would not be just. So I think we are going to have to face the god, or gods. So, thank you everybody for joining me for today's episode, and we will reach, I presume, the conclusion to this in our next video. See ya!